1. Introduction. Interpretation and presentation are at the heart of transforming cultural heritage from passive relics into active, engaging, and educational experiences. In tourism and heritage management, interpretation refers to the communication process that explains the meaning, value, and significance of heritage, while presentation is the method and medium through which heritage is showcased to audiences. This module delves into the philosophies, theories, strategies, and technologies involved in designing, delivering, and evaluating interpretation and presentation systems for cultural heritage at destinations. Philosophical and theoretical foundations of heritage interpretation. Heritage interpretation has evolved from didactic storytelling to participatory, inclusive, and multivocal processes. The foundational theories include Freeman Tilden's Principles of Interpretation, 1957. Emphasizes provocation, relevance, and revelation. Constructivist learning theory suggests visitors create meaning based on personal experiences and prior knowledge. Narrative theory uses storytelling as a vehicle for engagement and memory retention. Cognitive load theory suggests interpretive content should be designed to reduce overload and maximize retention. Interpretation must stimulate curiosity, respect cultural integrity, and empower communities while also being mindful of visitor diversity and learning styles. 3 objectives of interpretation and presentation education. Help visitors understand the historical, spiritual, or social importance of a site or tradition. Engagement. Foster emotional and intellectual connections between the visitor and the heritage. Conservation. Encourage respectful behavior and conservation-friendly attitudes. Community empowerment. Amplify local voices and perspectives. Revenue generation. Enhance the value and attractiveness of the destination. 4 modes and media of heritage interpretation. Interpretive methods can be classified into personal and non-personal approaches. A. Personal interpretation, guided tours by trained guides or culture bearers. Storytelling by elders or traditional custodians. Living history performances, interactive workshops, or cultural demonstrations. B. Non-personal interpretation, signage and labels, exhibition panels and info boards, printed brochures and maps, multilingual audio guides, mobile apps and augmented reality films and virtual tours, interpretive trails, and heritage maps. Effective interpretation requires combining cognitive, emotional, and sensory dimensions. 5 technological innovations in interpretation. Contemporary destination management increasingly employs technology-enhanced experiences such as QR codes, on-site signage leading to web-based resources, mobile apps with geolocation storytelling, virtual reality, VR, for site reconstructions, augmented reality, AR, overlays at ruins, AI-powered avatars delivering multilingual narration, touchscreen interactive exhibits, 360-degree virtual museum and site tours. These tools allow accessibility, global reach, and inclusive design, especially for persons with disabilities. 6. Cultural sensitivity and representation. Ethics interpretation must be culturally sensitive, accurate, and inclusive, avoiding stereotyping or exoticization. Colonial narratives, simplification of complex heritage, misuse of sacred symbols or rituals, exclusion of marginalized voices, e.g., women, indigenous people. There is a growing need to decolonize heritage narratives and support community-controlled storytelling models, particularly in Africa, Asia, and indigenous lands globally. 7. Designing interpretation for diverse audiences. Audiences vary by age, children, adults, elderly, cultural background, literacy levels, learning styles, language disabilities, visual, auditory, cognitive, mobility. Interpretation must be multimodal, multilingual, and accessible, using universal design principles such as Braille and audio formats, visual simplicity and clear icons, multisensory stations, touch, smell, sound, subtitles, and sign language videos. Inclusivity expands both impact and visitor satisfaction. 8. Interpretive planning and evaluation. Interpretation must be strategically planned. Key steps include resource assessment, identify values, features, and sensitivities of the heritage site or practice. Audience analysis, understand visitor profiles and expectations. Message framing, determine key messages and storylines. Medium selection, choose appropriate tools and technologies. Pilot testing, try sample methods with feedback loops. 9 challenges in interpretation and presentation. Inadequate funding for interpretive infrastructure, lack of trained interpreters or cultural mediators. Overload of information or poor storytelling, technological breakdown or digital divide. Exclusion of local narratives, commodification of sacred heritage, language barriers, and low literacy among visitors. Overcoming these requires collaboration with community custodians, visitor research, and continuous innovation. 10. Case studies and global best practices. Robben Island Museum, South Africa. Political heritage interpretation with former inmates as guides. Uluru Kata Juta, Australia. Indigenous-led storytelling and management. Edo Museum of West African Art, Nigeria. Focus on decolonized interpretation. Lascaux Caves, France. Virtual replicas for fragile prehistoric heritage. Smithsonian Museums, USA. Inclusive and technology-enhanced visitor interpretation.